Listen to some sweet melodies and let's discuss the meaning of songs from all genres of music with me, Lenny Marine. If you want to sing along and participate on the show, please call 888-994-4995. I love to learn and discover the benefits of music on our mental and physical health. Music therapy will help you get through these tough times with entertaining and educating shows. Please tune in weekly on AMP Media Productions and enjoy, folks. If I Loved You. That was from the musical Carousel. Anyway, welcome to Music Therapy with Lenny Marine, and this is a song we'll discuss first from Carousel, If I Loved You. Now, Pierre and Dawn, you know anything about that song? I know you know musicals, Dawn.
I don't know that one, actually.
It's supposed to be from that musical Carousel, which was made back in the 1940s. Apparently, it's when two characters profess their love to each other.
You knew that, huh?
Yeah.
Now,
I
I
gave
looked
the
it up.
songs beforehand, so I gave him a little. He got
Oh, I missed that memo.
some.
Okay.
You familiar with Carousel, though?
I know of it, but I have never seen that one. It's old
Okay.
school, 1940.
Well, music's by Richard Rodgers, and the words are by Oscar Hammerstein, and the lyrics are by Oscar Hammerstein. And the song goes, "If I loved you, time and again, I would try to say all I'd want to say and to know. If I loved you, words couldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go." So this is just basically, if he's not saying he loves a girl, he's saying if I love a girl. So it's kind of just it's insinuation, and it's kind of saying he is kind of falling in love, but he doesn't want to say it out loud. He wasn't to say it. He just says it in a roundabout way. So that's from Carousel. The next song is another song from Carousel I'll be playing. It's called "You'll Never Walk Alone." an inspirational song called "You'll Never Walk Alone," and it's sung at the end towards the end of the movie, end of the show, when this young man ends up dying he's actually trying to rob somebody, and he has a knife in his pocket, on his strap, and when he tries to do this robbery, it ends up backfiring on him, and he ends up getting stabbed, and he ends up dying. And this is the song that his wife and the lady sing in the musical to try to give hope to the wife of this guy who's trying to make money for his family, and also this is also a torch song they use a lot of times for other events and like graduations. You'll never walk alone, to give hope and inspiration to students. You know the song, Pierre, at all?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all right. How would you? Did you heard the song before?
I thought this was of a soccer thing that happened in 1966 with different cities, and people used to sing this before the soccer matches.
That's true. I heard about that.
Is it the same song?
It's the same song, yeah. You'll never walk alone, but it's a different.
Famous.
But it's famous from the musical Carousel.
Liverpool was involved in the soccer teams.
Well, speaking of sports, I got another song we can discuss. Yeah, see if you can guess this song, and it's from a football team. It's called "When the Saints Go Marching In." It's a classic song. 1951 copyrighted. But they played that for the New Orleans Saints.
That's true. They used to come in, and they always came in from the east. I guess that's that Francois thing or something.
Interesting enough, this song was actually used for gospel purposes.
Yeah.
Specifically, it's supposed to be a apocalyptic kind of song from the Book of Revelation.
Yeah.
But they took away some of the more horrific depictions of it.
Well, saints, are like famous Christians, or I guess, who are considered. You know about how someone becomes a saint? Do you know anything about that? I know it's religious. It's like a high ranking.
It's in the Catholic Church to become a saint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long time to do that.
Usually, you have to be already dead already.
Well, you have to have, I think, 5 things, and one of them is you have to perform a miracle.
Oh, miracle! Wow.
Yeah, which is the toughest part of anybody being a saint. You know who the original, not the original, but Louis Armstrong was given credit with this song. Did you know that?
He made it famous too. He played that song.
But the song was actually in 1896, when the Saints Are Marching by James M. Black. Very similar to what you're listening to now, but they gave him credit for the original because nobody really knows who did it.
Paul Campbell? That's not. This is an arrangement. Okay, this is just an arrangement. Okay, thanks for the correction. That's good. Yeah.
Yep, 1896. But nobody really knows who did it. People are taking credit for it because it was used in so many different ways.
Passed down
Exactly.
through time. A lot of history like that. It's hard to follow it down all the way down. But now I'm going to play another song, guys. We can discuss. This is from a musical called "Annie, Get Your Gun," and this has a little history behind it too about Annie Oakley, the Wild Wild West showgirl who's a sharpshooter, famous sharpshooter back in the 1800s, and she married this. It's a true story about a romance between her and Frank Butler. He was also a sharpshooter in the Wild West show called Buffalo Bill's Wild West Show, and this is a song she sings about Frank Butler. that song. But anyway, it's called "You Can't Get a Man with a Gun." And Annie Oakley is trying to say that she's trying to fall in love with Frank Butler. She's trying to woo him. She falls in love with him, but she realizes that being a sharpshooter is not a very, is, you know, kind of controversial. It's not a very feminine thing to be doing a man's sport, like shooting guns. And so back then, that was kind of considered a little taboo for a woman to be doing that. But she's it talks about women's, you know, women's independence and how she ends up falling in love when they end up getting married. So in the show, at least. Do you know anything about that?
Well, didn't they put that song in like a million spaghetti westerns?
That song?
They used that particular piece, and it was something on the range.
Home on the Range?
Yeah, they used to mix it with Home on the Range, and used to mix it up. I remember.
Man with a Gun?
I remember hearing this on like different movies. Who wrote it? Was it?
Oh, it was written by Irving Berlin.
Berlin, right?
He wrote "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas." I know that.
Yeah. No.
He wrote "God Bless America." God bless.
And wasn't there a
America.
play or something?
Well, the play's called "Annie Get Your Gun." That's the one that's where it's from. Annie
And
Get
that was
Your
on
Gun.
Broadway.
That was on Broadway. Yeah,
Okay.
these are Broadway musicals. So, and here's another song from the same show, "Annie Get Your Gun." This song sung by Frank Butler, and he's talking about how he's actually succumbing to her her woos, and he's falling in love with Annie Oakley. The last line is, "It's being miserable is going to be fun," because he's falling in love, and he's saying he's going to be miserable in love with her, but it's going to be fun for him. But his defenses are down. Now, do you guys do any research on that while I was playing?
No, as a matter of fact, there isn't any.
There isn't any. Okay.
Is that from the
It's from the same
play?
musical.
That's probably
Annie
why.
Get Your Gun. My defenses are down, and he's just saying he came into it like a lion. He came into it, and he came out like a lamb, and he was trying to. And his defenses came down because he fell in love with this girl, and he's become vulnerable. So he's not so macho anymore. And that was from Annie Get Your Gun. We're at Irving Berlin, and we got one more Annie Get Your Gun song. Oh no, two more. Sorry, because that's we got these from Dawn. Dawn donated these with the piano and everything to the Amp TV.
Oh, I was wondering where you got the music from.
Yeah. This song is called. It's also sung by Frank Butler, the sharpshooter, called "The Girl That I Married." girl that I marry. This guy has high expectations for a girl.
Boy, this thing was used by everybody. Different movies,
Oh, yeah?
different pieces. Yeah, I mean, I see.
Not just Andy
They
Get Your
have
Gun.
Frank
It was originally
Sinatra
copyrighted
sang
in
it.
Get Your Gun, but
1946
it's, yeah,
by
Frank
Irving
Sinatra
Berlin.
also sang it. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people sang this. It's his classic song. And if you read the lyrics, he says, the girl that I marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery. The girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne. I guess girls' cologne was considered perfume as well. Her nails will be polished, and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia, and I'll be there. Instead of flitting, which means flirting, I guess, I'll be sitting next to her, and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be. So he has high expectations, and he doesn't really fall in love with a girl like that. He falls in love with Annie Oakley, the sharpshooter, rough Wild West woman. And here's another song. I mean, anything you guys want to comment on that song? Any particular thing? Yeah.
No,
I'll go on to the
because
next
when
song.
you're grouping up with everything's about Annie Get Your Gun.
Well, that's what I have here from Dawn, so I was working with what I got here. Some classic stuff, but I got another one more song for Annie Get Your Gun. One more song. It's called I Got the Sun in the Morning. That's a happy-go-lucky, optimistic song about as long as she has the sun in the morning and the moon at night, she's happy. She doesn't have a mansion, she has no yacht, but she's happy with what she's got. She's got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
That's
So the basic things
that's
in
a
life.
famous line right there. I remember Doris Day sang this, I think, one time, and it was a big to-do with that music. This was in the time when plays and things like that were roaring off of Broadway, when
Mhm.
things were,
Rogers and Hammerstein were like
yeah,
so big.
they were hopping.
Hopping, yeah. And Irving Berlin, that was Irving Berlin, from Annie Get Your Gun, and that's just saying in life, if you got music, you got your voice, you can sing, you got your ears, you got your things, appreciate everything in life. Got the sun in the morning, the moon at night. It's a good philosophy to be happy in this world, and and hope music therapy has helped you so far. Here's another musical called Oklahoma.
No, that's a big one.
That's
That's
that's one of our famous states.
Yeah.
And it's a musical about Oklahoma, and the song's called Oklahoma. So I'm going to play a little bit of that for you.
Remember that?
Vaguely. I know I've heard this before, but damn.
That was called Oklahoma.
This is a famous play. You know what the original play in 1931, what this whole thing was about?
1931. This is by Richard Rodgers. He wrote the music, Richard Rodgers wrote the melody, and the words were by Oscar Hammerstein, but it was also used for other things, not just for this musical.
Outside the town of Claremore in Indian Territory in 1906.
Indian Territory, because they have a lot of reservations out there.
It tells the story of a farm girl, Laurie Williams, and her courtship by two rival suitors, the cowboy, Curly McLean, and the sinister, frightening farmhand, Judge Fry. That whole thing was about a love triangle.
A lot of them exist in this world.
You would think, right? I mean, it was
What
never...
goes on in Oklahoma? I don't know much about the state.
I never saw it. I just know that it was famous. It was posters, and it was before my time. But I never really knew what it was all about until right now, what the essence of the story was about.
I studied a little bit in high school around my second year where we were talking about World War II and all the plays that came out.
Oh, yeah?
Did you study Oklahoma?
Yeah, we studied Oklahoma a bit. We also studied Showboat and some others
What's
as
the
well.
capital of Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City?
Not just Oklahoma. It's the
Oh.
capital of U.S.
I have no
I should
idea.
know this.
What is it?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's known to be kind of like a cowboy state.
Yes. A lot of cowboys.
What's the capital of Oklahoma? Oklahoma City. Pretty basic stuff. Okay. Okay, now another song. This is an old classic. It's called I Love You for Sentimental Reasons. I just played the first part of it because the other part I'm not too familiar with it.
Is
be
that
honest
Nat
with
King
you.
Cole?
Nat King Cole sang this song. He's one of the people who made it famous as well. But this one they have a picture of this guy named recorded by Eddie Howard and his orchestra. But the music was by William Best, his name, the musician, and the lyrics are by Deke Watson. And
Yes, in 1945. Published by the Lee's Publishing Company.
45, yeah. Talking the big band era. So, because the lyrics goes, I love you for sentimental reasons, which means sentimental like nostalgic reasons for things that are, and I hope you do believe me, I'll give you my heart. I love you and you alone were meant for me. Please give me your loving heart to me and say we'll never part. That's the part I played so far. A very nice love song, but it's for sentimental reasons. So I guess it's for a special reason.
The funny thing is that it was actually written when he was 12 years old, when he had a crush on a girl his age.
Ooh. Know your history. Okay, now I'll do another musical for you.
You know something, real quick on that thing, that was after World War II, wasn't it?
World War II ended in 1945, so. Yeah.
Right, so there was a lot of stuff that came out because of people leaving and coming back, soldiers coming back, and a lot of women that waited for their soldiers to come back to marry them. And so it was really, really big
Baby
in the
boom.
era. Yeah, it was in the big, that's right.
Yeah.
It was in that era where sentimental reasons and everything else, people were getting to learn one another again. And it's a big song. It's a heavy duty song in our history.
It has a great melody, yeah. And I'm going to end with the last song from or near the end of our program here. This is called 16 Going on 17. It's another Rodgers and Hammerstein song, and it's from Sound of Music. 16 going on 17. This was a very controversial song because it was sung by a young Nazi boy trying to court an Austrian daughter who was in her dad was against the Nazi party at the time. And it's historical fiction, but he's trying to woo her and trying to say, I'll take care of you. You're only 16 years old, I'm 17. So it's kind of a lovey-dovey song, but it was controversial because he actually plays a bad guy.
Yes. Well, he had a bad. He has a bad image.
Bad image, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel? But that back then, like I said, back then he could take care of a young girl at that age. And
That's his bad all the way around.
It should be what?
Just his bad all the way around.
Well, Pierre, any comments about that song? Do you know you familiar with that song at all?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the song. I would hear it all the time. They would even do it in some other movies.
Really?
Yeah, I think the song is supposed to be 16 going on 17. 17 is, she's kind of at that age where she wants to meet a man, start a family. It is a little controversial now. Some people don't like it because...
Yes, and also about age, saying he's older, so he can take care, because the older you are, you're the one who takes care of the younger person. And a man's supposed to be older than a woman in the court sometimes, or the same age. Well, I want to thank everybody for participating with my sounds from music therapy, and I hope I can see you guys the next time I perform again, and we'll have some other music to play and some other songs to discuss, and thank you very much. Listen to some sweet melodies and let's discuss the meaning of songs from all genres of music with me, Lenny Marine. If you want to sing along and participate on the show, please call 888-994-4995. I love to learn and discover the benefits of music on our mental and physical health. Music therapy will help you get through these tough times with entertaining and educating shows. Please tune in weekly on AMP Media Productions and enjoy, folks.